On my post about Mauritius, the one I did before, I've received some messages from my fellow Nigerians in Mauritius. Guys, it is not easy. It is not easy anyway, even in Nigeria. It is not easy in Nigeria, not to talk of you are in another man's country and you expect everything to be easy. It is not like that. Mauritius is not for the weak. Mauritius is not for the weak. If you are planning to go there, make sure that you have a plan for yourself. Like, okay, I'm going to spend like 2 years in this country. I'm going to spend like 3 years in this country. The kind of work in Mauritius is not something you are supposed to be doing for a long time. See, if you have any family member, maybe your siblings that you always send money to in Nigeria, and they are ungrateful, they don't appreciate, they don't, whatever you send to them, they don't appreciate it. Put money together and send them to Mauritius. Let them go and learn. Let them go and learn. Let them go and learn, because the work in Mauritius is not something you can just go. You are working. Maybe you do not see, if you are working in Mauritius, especially if you are working at in an hotel. They have certain time for you to be at the bus stop. If the bus gets there and you are not there, they are going to leave you, and you are not getting paid for that day unless you want to use your own money. You want to use your own money to transport yourself there. And if you want to be there on time, you have to go through taxi. If you want to use the bus 1 hour, you get to work late, and even because of that you might have some problem with people you work with. Work in Mauritius is very very straining, it's very very hard. People work double shift. When you're working double shift, it's more like you're working like 16 to 18 hours. 16 to 18 hours, or let me say 16 hours a day. You are spending 2 to 3 hours on the road. How many hours do you have to sleep? They pay very well, but it is not worth the this kind of stress that you have to go through. Some people do this work, this double shift, they do it like throughout the week just to meet up. They pay rent, you have to send money home, you have to save. All those things. Lately, around 2023, people start knowing about the construction work in Mauritius, which guys, that one is for guys. There are some ladies doing it. Please, if you are in Mauritius as a lady and you don't have children yet, you have not born, don't go and be doing Macadam. We call it Macadam. No. If you are a lady in Mauritius and you don't have children, construction is Macadam is cement, but we just call it Macadam or maybe concrete or something. Some women in Mauritius do construction work because that is the only work that pays. They pay very well. If you go to There was a time I want to go and meet I want to because of the money they pay, let me go and do. I went to work with them. They were like, men looking at me, the man was even asking me that, you sure say, are you sure you can do this? I'm like, I can do it. I did not carry cement though, I did not carry block. They were just asking me to maybe to arrange some place that is dirty too. But the little work I did in that place that day, 3 days, 3 days, I'm still I cannot stand up. So if you're in Mauritius as a woman, avoid anything macadam job. You can do your hotel housekeeping. Yeah, those are the jobs we do: hotel and housekeeping, waiter, kitchen helper, cleaning. Those are the things. Those are the work you do. They pay very well. And an average Nigerian, we got paid more than Mauritian. If Mauritian are getting 500 rupees, they spend rupees in Mauritius. It is not Indian rupees though. Mauritian rupee is more higher than the Indian rupees. If you for 1 naira it is 31. Is it 30 or 31 to 1 naira? 30 rupees to 1 naira. That is how it is. So if they are paying a Mauritian 500 rupees, Nigerian will be getting maybe like 700, 800, or sometimes 1,000, because the kind of work we do, they can't do it. And if you are placed under a Mauritian that knows that, because they make sure the boss, they make sure that this Mauritian know that you are getting paid more than them, and as a result of that, they will make sure that they should use you very well. When they pair you with a Mauritian, see, they know the work. Sometimes if they pair you with a Mauritian, you are the one that will still do all the work. But sometimes the mindset that me I always have is that whenever I'm going to work, okay, I'm spending 8 hours in this place. I know that whatever happens, let me just do my 8 hours and go. Because if you have any issue with them, if we at the end of the day, they are people, they are going to support their people. If you are not a student that doesn't have a valid permit, you are not a worker, because there are some Nigerians in Mauritius that actually have they are working to some companies. It is mostly like IT job. Like, so if you have knowledge in IT, you can apply to work there. The pay is very, very good. You can also do business. There's also this visa, the retirement visa. If you're up to 50-year old, you can apply to retire in Mauritius, but you have to be earning, or to prove that you have $2,000 coming into your account every month. And for that retirement visa, you can go with your family, the whole of your family. They can go to school there. But one thing is that if you're a casual worker that you don't get paper, Mauritius is very hard for you to, because if you are alone, let's say for instance a woman that has like 2 or 3 children, and you go to Mauritius with children, with kids, you will not be able to work very well, because the system is not designed for foreigners. You cannot go to, let's say you are going to work in the morning, boss is going to pick you up by 6 a.m. in the morning, the children are still sleeping. How do you want to navigate? They have to go to school. Let's say you want to work afternoon, the boss will pick you up by 3. They are not back from school. How do you want to do it? So when you go to Mauritius with children, it will delay you. It will, and even if you want to go with your children, make sure that you are going with your spouse, maybe your wife or your husband. If you guys are together, somebody one can work in the morning, one can work in the night, so that the kids will be okay. If you go alone, you will not be able to work, and money sef you no go get, because child child training of children in Mauritius is very expensive. It's very expensive. If you want your children to have, that they should not miss out in any way. School is very expensive, and it's not even about being expensive. The quality of education is not as, so you have to think about a whole lot of things. You have to think about, and for those of you that have been in Mauritius since 2020, 2021, 2022, you guys, you are overstaying your welcome. Leave that place so that other people can come in. Leave. If you no get paper and you are still since 2020, 2021, it is time you move, so that other people can move forward now. Like ahead. So for those that are still there and those that are still planning to go, it's not every party that they organize that you want to go. It is not every we are getting together today and there's a Nigeria vibe. No, you don't have to go to. I'm not saying you should not go out. Yeah, you can, but it is not every outing. Limit the look, limit the way you go out, limit the way you interact with people, especially those that are not from your country, because every malam with their own, this, how do they say it. For your friends at work, make friends at work. Make sure that your friend at work's end at your workplace. When I was in Mauritius, I worked with somebody for over a year in the same, we are in the same space every day, over a year. I know her house, but I've never entered her house. I think she know my house too, but she's never. When I was coming to Brazil, we came together, like we did the Brazil thing together. She has never entered my house, and we are really close. It's not as if we don't want, but sometimes we just feel like, we see ourselves every day. We go out together. Maybe there's an event. Okay, we are going to this place. I'm going to pick her, or she's coming to pick me. I'll meet her outside, or she meets me outside. Sometimes you don't have to know people, like really, really, really into them before you can do things together. So it's not have to be like my friend at work, then everybody all the time you guys are going out. You can go out, but you have to make sure that at the same time you have other plans. What is your plan? Your plan is not to make money on the island and spend it there. You don't want to be buying show of 1,000 rupees every 2 months, abi every 3 months. It is doable if you have something tangible. You cannot be doing double shifts and be spending like, for those that have other means of making money, I said it before. If you have a work permit or you register a business, good for you. Mauritius, you can do business there. But if you don't have something like that and you don't have something tangible, make sure that you are saving. Save for rainy days, because we know as the thing be now, anything fit happen. Make sure that you are not caught on fresh. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys in my next video.